Hello and welcome to the Hello Plum podcast. My name is Carrie and I'm so glad that you are here. This is episode 10, which seems impossible to me. I know some people out there have, hundreds, but I can't believe this is my 10th one already. I'm having a ball. So thank you so much for joining me. Today we're going to just talk about what I've been up to and what this past week has looked like for me. I have some new starts, a knitting new start and a cross stitch that I picked up that I hadn't worked on in a while. So that's been fun. And we'll talk about some knitting and just do a quick update. So I hope that you have something lovely to drink or that you are snacking on something or doing something comfy and cozy because it is fall and I am loving it. So welcome. If you have been here before, thank you so much for coming back. And if you are brand new, thanks for checking me out. So today is October 20. I had to really think about this. It's October 25th, and it is Friday, which is a day or two later than I had hoped to do it. But this week has been busy, and I am off this weekend. So I thought, you know what? Let's just wait till Friday and record now. So this week I have really focused mainly on two projects. And then, like I said, there was a third one that kind of pulled to me. So I think I will share that first one. Oh, before we go any farther, I can be found on Instagram as Charlie's Girl 123. And also my Gmail or my email for this channel is helloplum10@gmail.com. So those are the best ways to reach me if you ever want to get in touch with me. Otherwise, just a comment on the, under this video, and I check all of those things. So thank you. Okay, now back to what I was saying. I have been working a lot on two projects, but there was a third one that I got out that I haven't worked on in a while, and it's really been fun because it's very different from the other ones that I've been working on. It is a blackbird design, and it is Strawberry Fields Forever. And oh, it's so sweet. I just love it. And I am using it's Zweigart fabric. It's pear gray, 32 count Belfast linen. And I'm using most of the called for colors, but when I went to order for this, some of them were not in stock on 1-3 stitch, but I did have the DMCs, the equivalents that it called for. So I just went ahead and used those. So here, let me see if I can get you can see the lamp through there. I guess I'm going to have to get something to put behind there next time. But for today, here's a peek of what that looks like. And it's just so sweet. This is actually the other corner already. So it's not going to be that big. And I'm really looking forward to having it done. I am doing this 2/2. So, not super teeny tiny, but cute. And this little needle minder I got on 1-2-3 stitch. Yeah, just a cute little sheep because my knitting heart loves wool and, sheep. So, ain't he cute? Yeah. So, like I said, I'm using mostly the called for overdyes, and where I'm not, it isn't a whole lot of the colors, but this bird was the first place that I kind of gave pause because it is the brown and the gray in the body. Those are Classic Colorworks. This blue, though, is the DMC equivalent. And I don't know if it's just because I don't have a whole lot more of it done so that blue isn't showing up anywhere else, or if I don't like that. So I might pull that blue out and try to find something a little closer to, I think what it called for was Classic Colorworks Tin Roof, I think. And I think that's a little bit more gray if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know. I'm going to see, because down on the bottom of the design here, this gray wall is also, it also calls for that like steely blue, which is, it's showing up, I don't know, it is awfully blue. So we'll see how I feel about it as I get farther down. And if I start doing the bricks and it just looks ridiculous, I'll just pull it out, because it wasn't like a huge, amount in there. But it is very, it is a really nice, enjoyable stitch. And I, as much as I love my full coverage and, even the the dimensions patterns that I do, they tend to be more full coverage, and I really do enjoy, more of a sampler where you just have all these cute little, the cute little birds. So what I did when I got it out was I finished this urn with the flowers in it. That is showing up. It's not showing up very well. The stems, I guess, are actually, it's a celery color. Excuse me. It says celery color, and it's just not showing up real great, but they are more pronounced than that. And then I did the entire bird, and that's what I did on that. So I think I will continue to work on that this week. Really had a nice time with that, and I like filling out, the samplers, because every time you finish those little motifs, you feel like you had a mini victory. So, yeah, gonna keep doing that. I also worked significantly on the Dimensions kit that I had out last time, Glory of Autumn, and I'm doing everything, the kit fabric, the kit flosses, all of that, and it is very pretty. And I live in Wisconsin, and right now the trees are incredible. They're so vibrant and beautiful. And so I feel like, aren't I lucky to live somewhere where, I get to really enjoy that every year. So one of my favorite things about where I live. So last time, I'm hoping I can figure out a way to get a photo of where I was last time in here. If I can, I'll do it. Otherwise, this is where I am now. So last time I had shown it, I had some of this done, but I had quite a few parked threads, and I do still have some of them there. But I got most of those stitched in, and then I filled in most of this here, and I stitched in, I think this was already here, but I added to this tree. But where it got a lot of attention too was across the sky. It really, there we go. That's a little better. You can see it now. But that tree is so beautiful. And once it gets the back stitching in there for the branches and things, it's really going to be lovely. So enjoying this one still. I don't know that I'm going to keep this out. I think I might have reached my max on that one, and maybe would really like to try to work on, something a little different. I don't know exactly what. Time will tell, and I'll show you next week. Let me just pop that over here. And the last cross stitch that I worked on, I have really been obsessed with for a long time, and that doesn't seem to be slowing. So this one will be staying out and getting worked on some more. This is Treasure Hunt Bookshelf. It is a Heaven and Earth Designs. The artwork is by Amy Stewart. And it is, it's just incredible. It's so beautiful. And every time I look at it, I see something new. It's wonderful. And I really am enjoying it because some of the details are small enough that you don't notice them in the picture unless you're like zooming in. But you you're stitching, and you're looking at it right here, and you don't notice things until you step back and you go, oh my gosh, that was what that was. And it just is, it's so much fun to watch this come to life. So let me get this out. I don't know if I'll be able to get the whole thing on screen. We'll see. Last time, let me see if I can show the whole thing. I think, oh, almost. There we go. I will move across so you can see the whole thing up close. But first, I want to show you what I worked on. So this is, I have now worked completely across the design. I have done the entire, the entire from end to end. And I am finishing up. This right here is the page break. So that'll be, I'm just going to keep working across here. But what I did this past time, I finished filling in this part here, this lighthouse area. And so now you can really see that it is a lighthouse. And then after I finished and got all of that completed, I came back and now I worked, wow, I got more done than I thought I did. I got done right here and filled in. So you can really see now a lot more of that. I think I also, last time I think I talked about going back to the method of stitching that I really like for this project, which is, filling in completely as I work across. It's a method that I saw on Gemma Stitches, and she does a lot of really great stitch with me's, and she'll talk about her technique, and I enjoy watching her. And that method of, filling every stitch in so you don't end up missing any, not only does it keep me from missing stitches, but it also, my work just lays flatter and it looks so much better. Oh my gosh, you can see some of this sparkle in the I just can't. You guys, this pattern is, there's a lot of my heart in here. So I'm gonna continue to work across until I've completed these pages, and then I will go back. You can see at one point I was working in a diagonal, so I will come back and start over here, but I'm quite a ways from that. So it'll be, one stitch at a time, just like every project, but this is a massive project. I am stitching this on 28 count, I think it's easy grid fabric, and I'm doing 2/1. Because it is, it's an Aida, which I love. And I love that it is pre-gridded. It makes it so easy to see where I am. And I am stitching this. Initially, I had bought it and had it on Pattern Keeper, or had it physical copy. And I switched over to Pattern Keeper, and that has absolutely changed the game for me. So here we are. I'm going to just hold this up and kind of move it slowly across so you can really take a look at it. I'm hoping that I've got it in the shot here. But yeah, it is absolutely my favorite thing to work on. And I think it's because it's constantly changing. You're never doing one thing for real long. It's always changing. I'm looking forward to getting into this area here. You can see this is one of those examples where I was stitching and stitching and I didn't even realize what I was stitching until I backed up and I was like, oh my gosh, those are books. Which, hello, it's a bookshelf. But that being said, I'm really looking forward to just continuing. The books oftentimes have some confetti, but it is, in at least my experience thus far, it's also larger blocks of color, which are really nice when you're trying to make some progress. So I think when I looked at Pattern Keeper last, I was at 21.1% finished. So very excited about that. And this one will stay by my chair like always. And I will just continue on. Yeah, very exciting. I love that shooting star. So fun. I think that's all the cross stitch. I really, as far as plans go for the stitching, I think what I've been thinking of doing, and I know last video I had talked about, kind of trying to figure out a rotation and how I can touch everything in the year. I still haven't figured out exactly how I'm going to do that, but I think in the next week I'm going to try. I don't know which one I will choose, but I think I'm going to get another one of my Heaven and Earth designs out that I'm stitching 1/1 on 25 count, because I'm anxious to see the difference in what is the word I'm looking for? The detail, how clear and crisp those details become on a smaller count fabric compared to this treasure hunt bookshelf, which is on a 28 versus a 25. I'm wondering if those finer details are gonna come out a little better. I don't know, but all of the ones I'm working on, I'm kind of all in the background, not really on the main thing. So yeah, I'm not sure, but I think I might get another Heaven and Earth design out this week to work on, but I haven't made up my mind entirely yet. But isn't that the fun part? We don't have to make up our minds, and we can stitch and work on whatever suits us. And yeah, I definitely do not ever take the stash that I have for granted, because it is really such a blessing to be able to be in the mood for a specific thing and then go get it. It has, I've been accumulating it for years, but it really is, it's such a wonderful thing to be able to do that. And I feel very blessed. So that's all I have for cross stitch. I am going to talk knitting for just a little bit here. I did forget to grab the sweater that I'm working on, but I really didn't make very much progress. I just am working down to, where I've got to separate for the sleeves. And I think I've got like 8 more rows and I'll be able to do that. So hopefully by the time I come back next week, I will have done that separating for the sleeves and I'll be able to show you that. But this week I've really been, I worked on a pair of socks that I've been working on that I've shown before. So I'll show those again. And I had a new start, which was super fun. So the first thing I want to show, this is the Drippity Drop socks. This is the first one completed, and it is lovely. The squishy and the texture is wonderful. This is, I don't remember if I said, this is by Kay Jones. She's from the Bakery Bears podcast, and she is, her projects and patterns are incredible. So everything I've ever knit that was a pattern of hers has been amazing. So this has been no different. Excuse me. It's been a long day and I think I'm a little dried out. So I have been working on the second one, and the last time I showed it, I think I had just turned the heel. I did pick up for the gusset, and now I'm coming down. I finished the gusset, and now I've just got to stitch down the foot till the toe, and this one will be done. So yeah, I actually was working on this and really enjoying it, and then and the yarn, I'm sorry, the yarn is from Hobby Lobby. It's their Yarn Bee brand, and it is 100% merino. It's very soft, super squishy. I have a feeling it's going to wear really well though, even without the nylon in it. It's called Stonework, and it really is, it's lovely. I have more hanks of this that I have not used yet, but after knitting this pair of socks, I'm really looking forward to doing that. And I'm knitting on a 32-inch ChiaoGoo size 0 needle in Magic Loop. So, yeah, I was really enjoying that. And then I got itchy to start something new. And I did, and I'm so excited, except now I'm obsessed. I had a very hard time putting this down. I started them last night and really should have worked on that other sock today. Didn't. Just, nope. I had shown on a previous episode that I had gotten some haul from Knit Picks. And one of the things that I had gotten was this fun line that they have. It's sock yarn. It's called Static. And it's based on TV shows. And I am a Murder, She Wrote fan. And this colorway is called Cabot Cove. And it's based on, whoop, oh my goodness, what's happening here? We're coming undone. It's called Cabot Cove, and it's blue like all the water surrounding there, and it's absolutely lovely. And the fun part about this yarn is that it is self-patterning, and I don't remember what it looks like. I ordered it because I like the look of it, but I don't remember exactly what it is. I think there's 3 different types of patterning, but one of them I think looks like TV Static, which is, I'm assuming, why it's called Static. And I cast this on last night and I can't stop. I can't stop. So that's the cuff. Oh, it's squishy, you guys. It's wonderful. And then now we've come down and it looks like we're going to do some, I don't know if it's variegation or micro stripes or what. It's not showing as blue as it is. It's a lovely sky. It's a lovely sky blue. I wish it was coming through truer, but it's very, very soft and squishy. And I am knitting this on, I'm using 2 circular needles. This is actually needles I forgot that I had. I want to say these are Knit Picks. Shocker. These are Caspian, and they're lovely. They're wood. But they're this blue, and the cords are, most of Knit Picks needles have purple cords. These are aqua. So really, really sweet. And I forgot how much I like to knit with wooden sock needles. A lot of my stuff are, it's the ChiaoGoo that are metal, or, Addy sock rockets, or, I haven't used wooden needles in a long time. And when I was looking to cast this on, I came across those and I thought, oh my gosh, let me see if I like those still. They're wonderful. They are wonderful. So, that is really it. I'm going to keep working on that sweater. It is the flax sock sweater. If you're interested in what it looks like, you can go back. I know I talked about it last episode. But I think I'm really going to just try to focus on these socks, and I sort of have it figured out where at work, if I get 2 15-minute breaks and then my lunch, which is longer, I've been trying to knit during the 2 15-minute breaks, because that ensures 30 minutes of knitting-ish. And then my lunch, which is longer, I've been trying to focus on the cross stitch that I take with me. So that seems to be giving me pretty good, just chunks throughout the day. And then at night, I kind of just treat myself to whatever I feel like working on. So I don't know. We'll see what the next week brings. I do want to share something though that has absolutely nothing to do with crafting, but I thought was really lovely. And unfortunately, I don't remember for sure who I heard this from, but I think it was someone on YouTube, and I think it was one of the people that I watch who talks about, lifestyle and, self-care, that kind of thing. And I heard this and I wondered if it would resonate with anybody else. So I just want to share it. It is not my own idea. Okay. Again, I wish I could remember who it was to credit them, but I haven't been able to stop thinking about it, and I think I'm going to start doing it. I have always been a person who really enjoys writing things down. I enjoy getting things out of my head and onto paper. It really does help me to have that. I also am a person who enjoys going back and looking at, things that I had wished I could get done, and to see them come to fruition. Things that, I prayed for, and to see those things happen. It's always just been part of me to enjoy seeing things on paper. So journaling, list making, all of those things have been part of my life before. And I love to keep a gratitude journal. Okay, that is awesome. I love to, keep track of the things that I'm grateful for. And oftentimes in there, it is, things that I'm grateful for. I'm thankful for the food in my pantry. I'm thankful for the house that I live in. I'm thankful for, my family, that kind of thing. Well, this is similar to that, but it is a little different. Whoever I was listening to mentioned, I think it was called a joy journal, which is very similar. However, the difference is that instead of talking about the things or the people that you're thankful for, this focuses more on the moments that bring you joy. And I absolutely love this idea. And I'm going to start doing it because there are so many things that happen in a day. Like when I'm taking one of my kids somewhere, and the other day we were driving down a street and the trees were, the way the sun was shining, the trees were, it looked like they were lit from within. It was absolutely breathtaking. And I had my cup of coffee in my hand, and it was, chilly outside. So I had the window down a little bit, and I had this, steaming coffee, cool breeze, beautiful trees. And in that moment, I was so joyful and really appreciative for that moment. And I thought, you know what, that happens all the time. But because life moves so fast, I lose it. I don't hang on to it. So I think this week I'm really going to try to be more conscious of each moment that I'm given. And the things are wonderful that bring me, happiness and comfort and all of that. But those moments, and some of them are, I'm sure all of us can agree that some of those moments are very private. And, maybe we feel something internally that we wouldn't share with anybody else. I'm going to start writing those things down, so that I can look back on those too, because, I don't know. I think for me, as much joy as I can collect, and peace and comfort and a reminder that when things are not great, it's temporary, and that there are good things in the past and there will be good things in the future, just sounded really beautiful to me. So I don't know if that helps anybody out there or if that was of any interest to anybody, but it really touched a place in me that I thought, that's beautiful, and I'm going to do that. So, again, not my idea. I don't know who I heard it from, but I thought it was lovely. So whoever you are, or if anybody knows, please tell me, because I really, it resonated with me. So anyway, thank you so much. If you decide to start doing that in the journal, or, you have any other suggestions, I would love to hear them. I would love to hear what you're working on. Feel free to comment underneath. I love reading your comments, and thank you for every like. It would mean a lot to me if you would subscribe. I would love to have you keep coming back. And thank you so much to all of you who comment. Some of you show up every single video, and I don't know you, but I feel every time I see your names pop up, I'm like, oh, there she is. And it really is just a neat thing to feel connected in this community. So thank you so much to all of you, whether you are new or you keep coming back. I appreciate you guys. So have a good week. And until I see you again,